Is it possible USPS is not doing us dirty this time? New rate changes coming July 9th. And I also want to talk about Etsy's commission program that you can apply for. All that and more in this episode of Seller News. Let's go. Hey everyone, what is happening? Welcome back to the Handmade and Beyond podcast. I'm your host, LL. Welcome back to the Seller News episode. This is the Friday episode where I give you the latest news and happenings of what's going on in the online seller space, the Etsy space, everything that applies to you guys so you know what's going on and how it's going to impact your business. Today is another good episode for you guys. I'm going to talk about two main things, which is the USPS rate changes. I know, screeching sound. Every time we hear that, we freak out because USPS has been doing us pretty dirty the last several years with the rate changes. This one could be a little bit different. And then I also want to talk about Etsy's commission program. And that's going to be the first thing I'm going to dive in today is their commission program. And this is a way for you to get commission on your posts for people that basically come to your post. You post online on a social media platform. They click on it, they go to Etsy, they buy either your stuff or someone else's stuff, but you will get commission on those purchases. So if you do a lot of content creation on social media channels, this is a way for you to get commission on those posts if people are buying from you. And the requirements seem pretty simple. You can apply at creatorco.etsy.com, and it's as simple as putting your email address, and then they're going to ask you to add your social media accounts. So the requirements seem pretty simple. They want you to make sure that you're a human, so don't apply if you're a robot. B, they want you to make sure that you are an Etsy seller. C, if you're, I don't think you have to put in your Instagram stuff, but if you do have Instagram, you have to have 500, at least a minimum of 500 followers, and you have to have a creator or a business account. And then the last one is you must authenticate at least one social media account in the sign up process. So it will allow you to do several social media accounts, and you can basically add the accounts and apply, and they're going to tell you if you're accepted or not accepted. There is a couple of odd things as a part of this. They do ask you to basically, if you're using Facebook, they do ask you to give permission to a third party, Creator IQ, on your behalf to run ads. I'm not really sure how they're using that and how that's going to work, but basically you would give them limited permissions. They would run ads through your account on their behalf. And I'm assuming they're paying for the ads and they're doing all that stuff, all the back end stuff. You won't have to do anything. Just give them permissions on how to run ads. I'm not sure how that affects your account. Kind of a little murky there. I didn't dive deep in it, to be honest. I'm not sure if I would actually partake in that. I don't think you have to allow them to do that, but I think if you want to use the Facebook portion, you may have to do it. I'm not sure, but it allows you to do. You can do YouTube, you can do Instagram, you can do Facebook. I believe those are it as far as the ones that it does ask for. It'll ask for your social media channels, your social media accounts. Also TikTok. How did I forget about TikTok? A lot of people are using TikTok. Very, very popular, especially with the creator Etsy space. So this is a way, if you're already doing a lot of social media, this is a way for you to earn extra commission. If you're not doing a lot of social media, I don't really see the point. And you don't have to, I've talked about this before, you don't have to do social media or feel pressure to do social media to be successful on the Etsy platform. You can leverage the millions of buyers coming to Etsy without social media. So don't let me telling you about this push you to do it if it's not something you're comfortable with doing. If you don't already have social media campaigns, and you don't want to pressure yourself and put in the extra work, that's totally fine too. And I actually just did a whole brand new workshop on this, how to generate $1,000 a month on Etsy with just 30 minutes a day without social media. So it's a brand new workshop that I just put out because I want people to know that they can be successful without social media. There's much other important things that you need to worry about when it comes to being successful on Etsy. Social media is, for me, at the bottom of the list. So if you want to check out that workshop, you can go to handmadeandbeyond.com/Etsy Etsy sales workshop. All right, so that is it as far as the commission program. So if you want to check that out, I'll put the link below. I already shared it earlier. The next most important thing that I want to talk about is the rate changes from USPS and how they're not necessarily going to, for lack of a better term, screw us this time. I don't know. We'll see when it's fully rolled out July 9th. Everything is changing July 9th. So the first big change is priority mail rates are getting up to $4.83 cheaper. That's right, cheaper, not more expensive. So that's pretty cool. I'm sure the different regions, wherever you're shipping it depends on how much cheaper it's going to get. So that's pretty exciting. So if you're using priority mail a lot, this could end up saving you a little ton of money, because $4.83 is a huge difference. First class package and parcel select ground are merging into Ground Advantage. So this is going to be a different name, but the cost is going to remain the same. So there's no change there. So Ground Advantage rates for packages under 1 pound, which were before first class packages, are remaining the same. So whatever you're paying now, I know a lot of people use the first class option. I use it all the time. It'd be nice if it came down a little bit because it's been steadily increasing, but it still has been significantly cheaper than using priority. So I'm still thankful for that. But there's no change other than them merging into one, but the pricing is still staying the same. The other thing is packages over a pound under the new Ground Advantage program prices are increasing up to $1.06. So this is part of that combo, and then other prices are decreasing $3. So Ground Advantage, again, that is the new first class, but you can do actually over a pound now. I'm not sure what the limit is for priority, because before over a pound was priority. So I think this is just the slower option. They're calling it Ground Advantage because first class is technically slower than priority, but it's significantly cheaper. So now Ground Advantage is going to be either less than a pound, it's Ground Advantage, even more than a pound, it's Ground Advantage, but it could be either more expensive or less expensive depending on where you're shipping it to, but probably regardless, using Ground Advantage is going to still be cheaper than using priority. Just know that it could be a day or two slower when you're shipping it. So this could be definitely a good thing if you're willing to take a hit on being a little bit slower and your stuff is over a pound, but you don't want to pay to ship it priority. Also, I would recommend in your Etsy shop giving people the option to upgrade their shipping. You can do this with fixed costs. You can do this with the calculated shipping. Always give them an option for expedited shipping, because and require them to pay for it, require them to pay more. This is a great way to basically add another layer of customer service so they can get stuff faster. If you do fixed costs, you can charge more than the actual shipping costs and make a little bit extra money for expediting their order and offering them this different level of service. That's what I do. It's just another way for you to leverage customer service and make a little bit of extra money by shipping stuff faster and giving them priority shipping. All right, moving on. The next change is with media mail. These rates are increasing by 7% across the board. So not great news for people that use media mail, which I know a lot of you guys in the vintage space, if you're shipping older books, magazines, and media, VHS, whatever, CDs, it's not, I mean, this is a pretty significant increase. So definitely not going to be as cheap of an option as it has been in the past. Probably the biggest increase that I've ever seen in one particular category. The next one, signature confirmation packages are increasing up to $3.40. Pretty hefty increase there too. I'm not sure why that would increase by $3 for a signature confirmation. Maybe paper has increased. The paper that they have to sign for has increased the cost. I don't know. And other than that, all the rest of the rates are staying the same. So I'll post these new rate changes in the show notes wherever you guys are watching this so that you can review them. Really, it's just going to come down to us seeing these new rates when we're when we're purchasing labels, and it's going to be different, right? If we're using the Etsy shipping platform, or you're using a different platform, third party like Pirate Ship, Shopify shipping, whatever, PayPal shipping, you're going to get a discount on these rates anyway. So it's always, if you're not doing it, I should have stated this earlier, but if you're not using one of these platforms to purchase shipping labels and you're still going to the post office to purchase shipping labels, please stop doing that immediately. You're wasting money. So make sure you're using a third party. I use Etsy because it's just easy. It's all integrated, and that's where my orders are coming from. But if you have orders coming from multiple places, you can have them all integrated into platforms such as Pirate Ship, which I have Pirate Ship as well. I don't know why. I just go to the individual, because I still sell stuff on eBay, Poshmark, other places. I just go to those platforms and print out the labels from them, and you still get the discounts, right? The only time you don't get the discounts is if you're going to USPS. You're walking in the store, you're waiting in line forever, and then you get up there and you're charged extra money. So purchase your labels online from Etsy or a third party. Also, when you take your packages into the post office, you don't have to wait in line. You put them in the drop box. A lot of post offices have bins. You throw it in the bin, you bypass the line. People may give you dirty looks, who cares? They're the ones that are fools for waiting in line and not purchasing their labels online. You can get a small scale, really cheap, and weigh your stuff, measure your stuff. It's huge time saving. So if you're not doing that, there's a pro tip for you to save a ton of money and just make your life a heck of a lot easier. But that is it for this episode of Seller News. So some changes, some things you may want to take advantage of with the commissions, if it works for you. But that is it for this episode. I'll be back soon with another great episode for you guys. Have an amazing rest of your day.